What's going on, guys? Coach Rambier here. We are at San Jose Barbell. Today I want to share one of my favorite stories with you guys. And it's about a carpenter, okay? This guy builds houses, and he's been working at this job for a very long time. And what happens is that he's getting ready for retirement, and his employer says, hey, you know what? You've worked a very long time. You do an amazing job. He's one of the best craftsmen of all time, okay? And so he says, but I got one more job for you, okay? There's this one house that I need you to build, all right? And so he says, you know, grudgingly, he kind of says, all right, I'll build the house. And he just kind of wants to get it over with, get it done. And as he's building this house, he takes shortcuts. He cuts corners. He does things that, you know, normally he would never have done, okay? And he gets the house done. He uses materials that he would maybe not use, not the highest quality materials, and finishes it up, goes to his boss and says, hey, boss, the house is done. I'm done. Thank you. And the boss smiles at him and says, you know, I just want to thank you for all the years of work that you've done, and hands him the keys to his gift, right? So that last house was his house that he was going to live in. And so the message is very, very simple, right? If he had known that this was going to be his house, what would he have done differently, right? And so with our body and our mind, what kind of quality are you treating your body with? What kind of materials are you putting into it? What kind of materials are you putting into the brain, into your mind, right? What kind of people are you hanging around? Because everything that you do today in terms of your body, because you know, you may not feel the effects of it today, getting drunk several times a week, or eating too much food, or you know, not exercising. But guess what? That's your house that you have to live in. And what changes can you make to make this the best home that you could possibly live in, right? And it's very similar, because we don't think 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, that, hey, the things you're doing today are building the house that you're going to live in for the rest of your life. And, you know, if we could feel what it's going to feel like 20 years from now, maybe we would do some things differently, right? Maybe we would eat a little bit better, eat some more vegetables, eat less food, right? Eat the right amount of food. Maybe we would exercise, go for walks every day. Maybe we would start lifting some weights and building some muscle, right? And the good news is, you know, and by the way, it is just as important to be aware of what you're putting into your brain, what things you're listening to. Like, stop listening to garbage. Don't be around people who complain. Don't be around people who can't have any sort of gratitude for anything, right? And so build the house that you want to live in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, right? Small things. Start today. And then, you know, sometimes we think this is another thing that stops us, is that, oh man, like, I'm already this age, such and such age, and, you know, it's too late. What if I would have done this 20 years ago or 5 years ago? Well, guess what? That doesn't matter, all right? The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Tori, what's the second best time?
Now.
Right now. So you can start building that house. You can start planting that tree right now, all right? Because inevitably, you will have to live with it from another 20 years from now, right? Or another 5 years from now. So super short, one of my favorite stories. How are you building your house today, all right? How about...
That one was good. Come here, look at it.
All right, that's good.
I like that one. Good jacket.
This is Tori signing off. Bye, guys.